CTV Sheldon Rogers is in Winnipeg and joins me now with more. Sheldon, tell us about last night's game and how Wayne Gretzky was received by the crowd.
Yeah, well, Marcia, for Jets fans, you couldn't have scripted it any better. The legends were in town, and they were on fire. Just to mention a few names, Mark Messier had himself a game, a few goals. They were very nice at that. And then the Finnish Flash, Teemu Selanne, loved by so many Jets fans, had an incredible performance, capped it off with a game-winning goal on a penalty shot. And I have to tell you, these fans went crazy. If there was a roof on Investors Group Field, it would have blown off. A lot of excitement here yesterday, and it continues today. It's just packed in here.
Shelden Rogers is here with sports. Big game today for the Bombers.
Yeah, they haven't let the injury bug hurt them too bad this year, but this was a pretty significant one today. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers looking to win their 7th straight today against the Argonauts at Investors Group Field. They would have to do it without star running back Andrew Harris. He was inactive today with an ankle injury, so that means Timothy Flanders gets the start. He wasted no time getting warmed up. First quarter, Flanders finds some space for a big gain. That would lead to a Bomber field goal. Later in the first, Argos driving Dan Lefevre under pressure, and he finds Deontay Spencer for a 6-yard score. Argos up 7-3 in the second. Now more from Toronto. Lefevre escapes the rush and finds Kenny Shaw deep downfield for the touchdown, picking on Chris Randall, who just returned from injury. But on the ensuing kickoff, check out Quincy McDuffie juking his way through traffic, and then he's off to the races. A 75-yard return for a touchdown. Bombers up 16-15. Well, Jets captain Blake Wheeler hit the ice today for the opener of the World Cup of Hockey. Dustin Byfuglien was supposed to play for Team USA, but he was a healthy scratch last minute from the lineup. The Americans taking on the Stars from Europe. Early first period, 2-on-1 for the Europeans. Franz Nielsen finds Marian Gaborik out front to beat Jonathan Quick. Team Europe up 1 early in the second. Now a 2-on-0 for Europe. Leon Draisaitl to Nito Niederreiter back to Draisaitl, and that's just too easy. No chance for Quick. Team Europe is up 2-0 in the third, now 3-0. The Americans trying to make this a game. John Carlson to Joe Pavelski, but Yaroslav Halak is there to shut the door. He was lights out in this one. 35 saves on the day. It's an upset at game 1 of the World Cup of Hockey. Team Europe takes it 3-0.
You better believe we're gonna bring the rain.
It's always a part of the season's highlight reel. Some wear capes, some wear helmets, and some wear horse heads. It's the Bombers and Rough Riders, also known as the Banjo Bowl. In the standings, these two teams are miles apart. The Bombers are battling at the top of the Western Conference for a playoff spot, and the Riders have only won once. But that doesn't seem to matter. This rivalry still runs deep.
The blue and gold, gonna beat the green again.
Watch out behind you, man.
It's gonna happen. Let's go blue! Woo!
Now, when it comes to tourism, the Banjo Bowl is huge for Winnipeg, but because the Bombers are doing so well this year, it's actually reducing the amount of green jerseys outside of the stadium.
That's great for the city, but maybe not so great in that probably not as many people from Saskatchewan are coming to the game. I hear that the numbers are down about 30%.
But still, the event sold out, and bars around the city were packed.
This is one of our best days of the year, so everyone has a lot of fun for Banjo Bowl, and it gets pretty rowdy, but it's good.
So whether you're a Riders fan,
this is a great party. Anybody need a Kleenex? I hope we don't. I hope you do, okay?
or a Bombers fan,
Let's do it. Let's go blue! Woo!
there's one thing the Banjo Bowl can promise, and that is great football. Sheldon Rogers, CTV News, Winnipeg.